Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Jennifer from Jen's Creations, and today we're going to diamond paint and do a drill with me. And I'm just going to, let you guys, bring you guys up to speed on what's been going on around here and all the wonderful live, in my little corner of the world over here. But first, two things first. I am still working on my Queen of the Leopards. I am on the third row, getting ready to go onto the fourth row. And right now I'm in a bunch of confetti, as you guys can see. And we're just gonna, work through this confetti while I talk. First, I want, bleh. Secondly, you would think I'm nervous, and I'm not. Secondly, I want to apologize to you guys for not being on YouTube that much in the past couple weeks or however long. It was not intentional. As soon as we kind of found out that schools were going to be closed for the 2 weeks, I tried to stick with my, YouTube schedule that I do for my videos. And I was trying to do that, but then once I finally figured out, okay, I'm going to get get it, I was going to be able to record videos and, not have to worry about little dude saying anything and getting upset with me, because as you guys can see, he plays Xbox back here behind me in the bedroom, and, he doesn't like getting off the Xbox. That's the only thing that has been keeping him occupied. And well, he kind of, at first was kind of upset and a little, I don't want to say pissy, but he was, not a happy camper with me. And so then once I finally got to a point where I thought, okay, I started scheduling, making sure I started planning my videos out. So that way when, when I recorded, I knew exactly where, or excuse me, when I was going to do them and so forth. Well, that kind of fell by the wayside when the last week of March, they decided they were going to close school for the whole month of April. Well, of course, then they were talking about doing the online schooling, and I was like, okay, that's just another thing to add to my whole entire thing. Now, you would think, okay, I have all the time in the world. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm home all day long. You would think I'd be able to plan all this out. No, didn't happen. So I had to start figuring this out. I'm one of these people. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm one of these people. I like to be organized, but am I organized? No, never. So, sorry, I needed some coffee this morning, guys. So I had, I'm in a stitching group, and one of the groups that I'm in, one of the, actually the person that runs the group, her YouTube name is Soulful Stitcher. And anyway, she decided to make another group for planning. You can plan your cross stitch, you can plan your life, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this because obviously I'm going to need it. Now, I've been, okay, you're probably thinking, okay, you staying home all day long. What do you need that for? Believe me, I need it. Especially now that the boys are home all day long to do schoolwork. That's just how it is. So I finally got some ideas. I think I'm finally back on track. I know y'all have heard me say that plenty of times, and yeah. I think the reason why I wasn't consistent before was because, number one, I didn't have some kind of routine, plan, whatever, set out, laid out for me to, kind of follow. And so after much thought and so forth, I started doing that. And so that's why I'm saying I'm hoping now I'm saying this now. So, I think I'm getting back on track. I'm Justin doesn't seem too worried about me recording the videos. Our internet is spotty as all get-go because I don't know. But and it requires, not that many people to be on the internet at one time. Say for instance, I wanted to be on the internet like now, recording a video and going to upload it. I can't upload it, or I can be on the internet, but if somebody else gets on the internet, I found only two of us can be on the internet at one time, especially when I'm using the laptop. So Justin used to throw a fit. He used to get so mad at me because I would record a video. Now I think he finally gets the idea. Okay, if being that we're home all day long and all night long and don't have to go to school the next day, I don't have to fight mom to be on the internet. I can wait, so forth. And when I do upload a video, it usually only takes me like 2 hours to upload a video. It really all depends, especially on the weather and so forth. Now the other day, we had high winds here, and of course, I couldn't get on the internet. So, the internet kept going in and out, kept getting, the box. It was just crazy. So, you know, there are days that, excuse me, there are days that, are better than others, but I've started planning things out. Now, that leads me to my next thing. I have decided to add plan with me's to my channel. Now, if you guys don't want this, that's fine. There are some of us out there that really could give two flying, whatever about plan with me's. I see a lot of other people doing them on YouTube. And, I see a lot of people getting a lot of feedback, a lot of views from that. I'm not going to do it right off the bat. I'm trying to give myself, time to get used to that. I want to say that I may be able to start doing that. Excuse me. Hopefully, next week. I haven't got that far yet. I'm still, we'll see. I have two planners, one for my stitching and the other for, well, two planners, one for my stitching and my YouTube channel, and the other for personal and the boys homeschooling. And I'm still trying to get, into that, but again, like I said, hopefully I'll be back all the time. I know a lot of people on YouTube have kind of cut their videos back just because, they're home and, like most, like some of us, we have kids, blah, 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 blah. And the boys don't seem to really, mind. They just, they don't seem to really mind as much, which is, okay and fine with me. So, that being said, um, but again, and the next, and then the other thing is, I wanted to say before I start running my mouth about, things happening around here. Because of the, of us, I don't even know how to explain this. Oh gosh, how to explain this? Because of, excuse me focusing so much on getting the boys, up to getting the boys in some kind of a routine. I have kind of, and it's not intentional, well, it is kind of, sort of, and it wasn't, because I didn't want to. I kind of stopped talking to people, and and I don't know why I do that. I really don't. I don't know. And please understand, and you guys know who you are. It was not intentional. I was trying to get them situated. I was dealing with the fact that um, I was stressing out. Let's put it that way, because I truly didn't know what was going. We still don't kind of, it. This whole thing's up in the air. As you guys know, this coronavirus thing is all up in the air. I'm hearing so many different things about everything. Okay. So I was kind of like stressing out because I didn't know, you know, what's going to happen. I don't, and to be truthful, I know people are being positive, everybody's saying, well, everything's going to get me back up and running soon, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's fine and dandy. Okay. But here's my thing. I'm one of these people that likes to be prepared. And I was stressing out because number one, I needed to go to the grocery store. I needed to plan for, you name it. I needed to plan for the fact the boys were going to be home all day long. And I needed to plan for the fact that we needed to have enough food in the house. Did that happen? Sort of. Okay. And I was stressing to this point that I didn't really care about anything. And I took it out on my cross stitch and watched TV or listened to a book. And it was just like, and I apologize to those people. They know who they are. I did message them and tell them that I was okay. Did I get an answer back? No, of course not, which, is no big deal. I wasn't expecting an answer back. I just wanted them to know I was okay. I'm still around. I eventually ended up talking with them, but I just wanted them to know I was okay. I didn't expect an answer back because I know, everybody and their brother was kind of all over the place about this whole thing. And there are still a lot of people that are. And, I'm just sorry that, I did that. It was it was more my fault than anybody else's. And you guys know who you are. And I'm sorry. I love you guys to death. Okay. Anyway. Anyhow. So, it's been kind of, but we've been making it around here. That's a good thing. So, let's see. This week has been, I don't want to say busy. Uh, as I said, I think we finally got the online schooling, somewhat under control. I still am kind of having issues with Justin's school because I have messaged and emailed and I've explained our situation to his principal and his all of his teachers, and nobody replied back to me. This was at the very beginning when they were talking about sending out the digital learning packs and everything for the kids to do. And so last week I emailed them again, and I emailed the principal. Well, the principal just kind of brushed it off, which is, whatever. And I explained my situation. My situation was I had pulled 2 muscles in my back on Tuesday. And to top that off, we had no internet because of the weather. And I didn't, know what to do. My son, Justin refuses to do it on the tablet. And I was like, well, this is just not going to go over well because, it's one of those things. Well, they didn't really say anything. They never answered me back. Well, all of a sudden, I get a phone call from his English teacher. And she was the same way. Okay, this is completely totally opposite of the way little dude's teachers were acting. They were, you know, helpful and so forth. Justin's, no. And I was like, well, then I guess he doesn't, pass this year. I mean, he's in the 12th grade. He's getting ready to graduate. Okay. And she, I don't want to say she didn't listen, but she acted like she didn't hear me because she kept talking. And after she finished what she had to say, I said, are you going to let me speak now? You've interrupted me twice. And I explained to her the situation. And she was like, well, he really needs to do this work, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, again, I'm explaining to you my situation. I said, I didn't get, she acted like it, I don't know. She acted like she didn't care. And I explained to her, that my other son's school was completely, totally the opposite. They bent over backwards to help us out if we needed it. And she, kind of turned around and she just kind of, brushed it off, told, just basically acted like she didn't hear me. So I was like, whatever. He's gotten the assignments. We finally were able to get on the internet to get Justin's assignments for last week. But, okay, I don't know what to do with them. There's no instructions. There's nothing to explain. Now, if there is, I didn't see it. There's nothing to explain what he's supposed to do with these instructions, or with these, with the finished work once, he's done. Okay. Where does he turn it in? Does he email it? What does he do with it? There's nothing. Okay. There's a link telling me where to go, but there's nothing. And I was like, okay, you know what? This poor kid, he's going to be doing his work, and there's no place for him to send this. It just makes no sense whatsoever at all. And to top it off, Justin doesn't seem to be really interested. I don't know how you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, to be truthful. So I'm kind of like, and and finally he told me the other night, he's like, Mom, I just need my own laptop. Which I agree. Okay, I used to have a desktop here in the house. That doesn't work. And, I thought, okay, you're right, and I can't afford to get him a laptop. I have my laptop. So right now we're in the midst of trying to figure out his issues. He doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. To be truthful, I don't think he really, I really don't. I don't know. I really don't. I'm just at this point that, you know, I've told him that he needs to do his work, and hopefully he'll want to he'll want to do it today. I'm kind of, praying that he'll want to start today, because I mean, he did do a lesson last week, and yeah, that was fun. It was hilarious. If I had a video, I would have recorded it and put it up here. But it was funny. He it was I can't remember if it was reading or English. I don't remember. To be truthful, I don't remember. I really don't. I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember. But anyway, he had to, y'all are gonna laugh. Okay. Not about the subject, but you're just gonna laugh. Okay. So he had to read an article about vaping among students. I think I don't really remember what the title of the article was. And so, mind you, this thing was like, I don't know, 9 pages long. I don't know. Don't ask. I just know. Yeah, it was funny. So I'm out in the living room, and I'm, I don't even, I think I was dusting or something back. I don't know. I can't remember. And no, that was the day that I was stuck sitting in the couch all day because of my back. And so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear this, like, he's just talking. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's talking. Well, little dude comes out and looks at me and he says, "Mom." What? He's loud. Okay, why is he loud? He's mad. Why is he mad? And he says, "Well, it's because Justin's reading this article and he's mad because he's got to read the article." I was like, "What? He knew he had to read the article?" Well, come to find out. Okay. Come to find out, it wasn't that he was mad that he was reading the article. He was mad because of the subject. He knows that the subject's important. And he just kept going on and on and on and on. And I was like, dude. And he's one of these ones, and I'm going to tell you. He does this. Even when he's playing a game. He's like this. And I just looked at him and I was like, okay. And mind you, this went on for 3 hours. 3. Okay? He sat back here at my desk for 3 hours doing this. But he did his work. I give him that. And I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting and fun. And I just had to laugh. Because this poor kid, I mean, I get it, you know. All I could do was laugh because, you know, here you are, you know, you got to write this, you know, this article or read this article about vaping among, you know, I guess high school students is what it was called. I can't remember what the name of the article was, but yeah, he was having, oh my gosh. All I could do was just stand there. And I just looked at him like, really? Because in a way it was funny because there's only, you know, and you know, he's a mess. And I just laughed. I was like, okay, we get to deal with this now. And his opinion, you know, he was voicing out his opinion. It was one of those things. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is what I got to deal with now that, you know, he's not, you know, in school. And am I going to have to do this every time he does, a, you know, an assignment? Yeah. So it was crazy. I laughed, and, you know, my daughter Miranda laughed, and it was just, it was hilarious. That's all I can say. So, and basically the rest of the week was just kind of blah because, I was kind of stuck. And, I don't know what I did and how I did it, but, when I pulled the 2 muscles, I'm not even sure how I did it, to be truthful. I just sat there. I mean, I got up Wednesday morning and my poor body, my whole back, it wasn't, you know, up here. it was down at the very back here by, my lower back. And I was like, what did I do? And at first I thought, okay, you know what? It's probably because, I slept in one position too long and so forth. Well, that wasn't even the case. So I ended up putting a heating pad on it. And I thought, okay, let's hope this works. Well, it worked, but I was still sore. So that was an experience. And, the rest of the week from oh, excuse me, from Wednesday on up, I was still sore. And I was like, this is just ridiculous. I just can't. No. So it's been fun around here. Um, and basically because I couldn't really do a whole lot, I just kind of, you know, sat with the heating pad on my back and cross stitched. And of course, got the idea of the plan with me thing and just went from there. And I listened to books and I binged watched, some shows. Right now I'm in the middle of um, watching Supernatural. I'm on season 7, I think. It's been so long since I watched them, so I can't even remember what exactly happens in all of them. And there are some episodes that I didn't see that I thought I saw that I didn't see. So yeah, it's been right about there it is. It's been kind of that's what I was doing all since last week, and just trying to stay keep myself occupied and go from there, because if I don't, I'm gonna go crazy. I haven't so far. I mean, I've gotten to a point um that I get there are some times that I'll just sit here and I'm like, you know what? I get, kind of, I don't even know how to put it. I guess depressed about the whole thing sometimes because, all four of us in the same house 24 hours a day. I'm surprised I'm not, one of them isn't dead. And I'm surprised I haven't killed somebody, or I'm surprised I haven't flipped out. It's, it's, it's been kind of, strange, but it's whatever. And it's all, you know, I mean, we've been doing things, I mean, I guess in our way, we've been doing our own social distancing because I'm out in the living room 90% of the, almost all the time, except for when you go to bed, and take a shower and go to the bathroom or whatever. The, excuse me, the boys, like little dude, he's back here. Um, Justin stays in his room, and Miranda spends most of the time in her room, except when she comes out here to eat or whatever. And and it's kind of weird because we're under a relaxed stay and stay in place thing, except we can go out for essential stuff. And so forth. Well, her boyfriend is an essential employee, but I think, I mean, he has a letter that um he takes with him when he goes home at night, every night. He comes over here after work some nights, and when he does, he brings that letter with him, and he stays there. But I'm trying to understand this. We're supposed to be in, this, whatever, and there's supposed to be social distancing. But I've noticed that nobody out here in the complex is really, up, I guess, following it, because there's people out here that are gambling, um, big crowds of people that stand in the middle of the parking lot. And it's, I don't care. I really don't. I mean, they're not bothering me. But I feel like, now I don't know, I'm feeling like, okay, Maryland has an eastern shore and a western shore. Or no, I'm sorry. You have western Maryland and the eastern shore, which is divided into by the Chesapeake Bay. Well, my thing is, okay, you know, everybody, and I'm not saying anything bad here. I just feel like this side of the state is kind of just being forgotten about by the government, I guess. I don't know. Because you don't hear anything about, they're, being strict over there with people, and, basically ordering them to do this, do that, so forth. And my thing is, okay, this is all one state. What about over here? I've already voiced my opinion. I've already made it very plain. I made a comment and on um, the governor's, Twitter or whatever. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. And I know it's probably politics, and that's one thing I don't like to talk about. Well, darn it, why do I keep throwing drills everywhere? It's, but anyhow, what do I know, right? hmm So, it's all good. As for school, I don't even know. I really don't. I don't even know if they're gonna finish school out this year. I really don't think so. Um, I think the way I'm hearing, there is a possibility that there will not be school until um, the fall. So I'm just preparing for that possibility, and just going to, you know, be ready for that, because yeah, it's been, I'm telling you, this has been a crazy time, and it's and Jennifer's ready to go and freaking flip out sometimes. But yeah. So, and Sunday was Easter, which we really didn't do a whole lot. Um, I didn't do my live because um, we had a big, Easter thing. We did. Um, it wasn't, a traditional Easter dinner, but, I made a big Easter thing, I guess that's what you want to call it, Easter meal, but it wasn't the traditional ham and stuff like that. And we just kind of spent Easter together. No, they didn't get to go hunting for Easter eggs because I didn't get any eggs because those were one of the things that, wasn't on the shelves when I went to the store. And not only that, the dye for the Easter eggs wasn't there either. So yeah, that was, excuse me, that was that reason. And so it was just quiet. I mean, we just, sat here and did our thing together and went from there, and was basically it. And I've just been trying to, like, that's one reason why I started planning, to remember, to keep track of all my groups and stuff, because if I don't, I forget to post in them. And I'm still trying to get that straight. So that's been fun. So, I'm trying to think. So hopefully, not next week, but the week after, I will have some kind of an idea, or actually next week I will have some kind of an idea of the whole plan with me thing. And I do know I'm going to try to start my Stitch with Me's back up. It's been I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get the camera to do what I needed to do. And I'm really, really considering rearranging in here again so that I can move this out into the living room so that the boys can use this. It's still in the works. I'm still planning. So that way, I can have stitching here, and, you know, hopefully I'll figure it out. I'm hoping I will, because, yeah. So it's just, it's, because I know a lot of people miss Stitch with Me's, and a lot of people, like, and, some of you, but, some of us that do both. So it's in the process. I promise. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. So other than that, I really don't have um, much else to tell you. I don't think. No, I'm trying to get this done because I'm ready to start my next one. I have that one all kitted up, and then I have another one I'm getting ready to kit up. So, until next time, guys, I hope everyone has a great week. Please stay safe. Remember, no touching your face. Remember to wash your hands, and please be healthy. And I will see you all next time, and I hope everyone has a great week.